Okay. Okay. Hello. 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 Welcome to Monster Prom, second term. Yeah, this game is a couple years old, and it's one of my favorite games, or rather, it's one of my favorite series. As you can see here, there's other games. But I don't know. I wanted to revisit it because I really love the game and I play it often enough with friends and stuff. But I wanted to make a video about it because why not? You know, making videos can be fun. So I said, why not? I'm gonna show you. I might make more. Basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hunt for the secret endings. And yeah. You can probably see many other playthroughs, but I said fuck it. Now I'm gonna do this. And although, I mean, and I think the 4th, August 4th, a huge update is coming to Monster Road Trip. So I'm probably gonna make a video about that as well. So that's gonna be some fresher content. But for now, you know, let's just get into the classic, you know, Monster Prom. We're gonna go for first term. As I said, the classic short game. We don't need to do the long game. It's not a necessity. All right. Spooky high school, the sweetest years of our lives. Oh yeah, and this game has voice acting. I'm gonna be doing cringy voice acting, so be prepared for that. If this game is a dating sim. If you don't know what Monster Prom is, it's a funny haha dating sim. So if that's not your type of a game, yeah. Back then we were young and unafraid, sometimes reckless, sometimes brilliant, sometimes just stupid, but always willing to live life to the fullest. We were on a wild journey to discover who you really were. So, you've got these 4 characters to choose from: Oz, Amira, Brian, and Vicky. I always go for my girl. Alright, let's go. And we had yet to experience its ultimate challenge, the Monster Prom. I remember it clearly. 3 weeks were left, and as we fantasized about our dream prom dates, we were all scrambling to catch the attention of one of our 6 most charismatic classmates. Miranda Vanderbilt, 19, a sweet mermaid princess who was as cute as she was genocidal. Damien LeVay, 21, a fearless demon with a taste for destruction and a love of fire. Scott Howell, 21, a werewolf athlete who compensated for his rather small brain with a stupidly huge heart. Liam the Linecourt, 4XX, a hipster vampire whose standoffish demeanor hid that he was truly a lovable dork.
Yay!
Pollygeist, 22, a party ghost with an insatiable hunger for all the wrong things.
What?
And Vera Oberlin, 23, a mean, self-made gorgon with a merciless sense of business. It was clear it had to be one of them, but who? We only had 3 weeks to choose our prom date, and even more daunting, we only had 3 weeks to woo them and conquer their heart. But as I already said, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. Alright. Welcome to Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever. All minds are rotten, but they are rotten in so many different ways. Worry no more, we're now using our PhD in bullshit to diagnose which kind of deviant sicko you are. Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever, TM, will throw a bunch of absurd questions at you and turn your answers into your character's stats. This way, each of you will start by having stats that better reflect your true selves. Let's start! Be a visionary. What will the next big social media craze be? Bullshit. It's your regular social network, but each time someone shares news that isn't supported by real facts, they're taxed and the money goes to the people exposed to that bullshit. Greek agoras, like literal Greek agoras reinstated in our cities, places where philosophy and arts are discussed by the greater minds. That's social media I want to log into, nerd. Robert. From now on, a socially awkward guy named Robert will do everything he's commanded to do through the app by its users. Let me get some... So yeah, this gives you some stats depending on your answer. I know them. I've played this game a lot, so yeah, I'm probably gonna be choosing them based on what I want to do. You wish you were raised by a pack of wild wolves who also happen to be tech moguls who own some of the most profitable companies of Silicon Valley. They would be kick-ass role models and wild wolves. Sick! A mysterious old man who saved me from the streets in order to raise me as his disciple in the ancient ways of rad DJing. A really progressive marriage between a kick-ass venomous snake and actual fire. I love fire and I see no issue with being raised by it. On God. You find a genie in a bottle. You can ask for whatever you want. What do you ask for? A rainbow that you can eat. Before asking for anything, you try to negotiate up to the 3 standard wishes. Him to not be so cliched. A genie and wishes? So mainstream. His friendship! Infinite confetti. I don't ask for anything. I drink the genie from the bottle. I can grant my own wishes. Alright. So, this, unlike the 2 previous questions, it will affect who you will... Basically, there's 6 answers, and there's 6 main love interests. The answer you choose is tied to one of them, and you'll meet them, basically next time. I'll explain in more depth, after this question, but basically just keep in mind that whoever you want to go for, think about, you know, choose this answer accordingly. Me personally, I'll just choose it. For me, I think being friends with the genie would be very profitable and probably awesome, so I'm gonna choose this friendship. Alright. So how does this game work, you might ask, if you've never played it? Well, it's pretty simple once you understand it. You've got stats, smarts, boldness, creativity, charm, fun, and money. Now, your goal is to ask someone to prom by the end of the 3 weeks these are? Yeah, 3 weeks. And hope that they say yes. Now, how do you get them to say yes? Well, first of all, you need to have the right amount of stats. You have to have a certain amount. Second of all, you have to have the right stats and the right love points for them. So love points are gained by hanging out with them, basically, and getting the right answers for them. Now, basically, each location gives you, when you go to it, it gives you a stat. Auditorium gives you creativity, library money, class smarts, outdoors fun, gym charm, and bathrooms boldness. Now, me, I'm gonna go in the auditorium because our creativity is weak and I kind of want to balance my stats out right now. That day while rehearsing for the class play, it's as though the muses themselves have descended to give you figurative oral sex. Your performance is intense and inspiring. It will be remembered for generations, which is pretty rad by high school play standards. The game plus 2 creativity. I'm also gonna try and show you these cool arts as much as possible. Afterwards, you notice Scott huddled next to Vera. These two hardly ever hang out. You wonder what's up. Scott seems to be showing Vera some kind of sports diagram.
Oh, bro.
But we just keep losing football games over and over. Coach says we're just not sporting hard enough, but I'm sporting as hard as I can. I figured, since you're super smart and everything, maybe you could fix your entire team in 10 minutes. Well, obviously I can do that. I'm incredible. Listen, what you need is an oblique strategy, a new technique that your opponents won't expect. Like poison darts, or a vicious campaign of psychological warfare, or now's your chance to impress them. Jump in with an idea that will show them how much you know about winning sports. What you guys need is blackmail material. One well-placed camera in the opposing team's locker room is all it takes. Is a player who's really a truck. No one would be able to stop them. That is so true. Now how this works. When you go to a location, at some point, you will be presented with 2 choices. Each choice is tied to a certain stat. Now, how do you know which choice to take? Well, it depends. Generally, I would go with the stat you have the most. So if you think, for example, the first one is smarts. Obviously, I'm not thinking right now. I'm just speculating. The first choice is smarts, and the second is boldness. And that's not a good example. And the second is charm. You would look at your stats and you would go, well, I have a lot more smarts than charm, so I'd probably be better off with choosing the second choice. A lot of the time in the first event of the game, it doesn't matter that much, but I would still be careful if your stat is like below 5. But later in the game, it's gonna matter more and more, basically. So that's why you kind of up the stats you want that are associated with the character you go. A lot of them have like certain stats that they prefer and stuff. Now, sometimes choices will give you points with one of them, depending on which one you choose, but sometimes they won't. I'll explain more after this event, but this one, depending on which choice I go for, it will probably give me points with one of them, depending on who I want to go for. Now, me personally, I look at my stats and go, I definitely want to go for the first one because I know it's smarts. Yeah.
Great.
And I know that that's a safe choice. That's brilliant. It is? Yes, it is.
Awesome, bro.
Awesome! And what's more, I already have the infrastructure in place to accomplish this. Wait, infrastructure? What are you talking about? Nothing. I definitely haven't planted cameras in the men's locker room, and I'm definitely not selling them to compromisinglockerroomnudes.com as a side business, that's for sure. That is there's so much to unpack here. Oh, that's good, because if you were, that would be super mean and illegal. Indeed. Looks like you solved the problem and stumbled into Veer's underground porn empire. Nice. And then you gain stats because you got it right. And also a point with Vera because she really liked your answer. Now after that, you get to lunchtime. Now lunchtime works a little differently. You got all these tables and you decide to sit with who you want to sit with. Now, this time, you don't need to worry about your stats. They don't matter here, but here's how it works. Basically, these are all the main love interests. You can sit wherever. Where you sit when you sit there, you will get an event, and you will be presented with two choices. One will correspond to one of them, the other to the other one, and you choose which one you want to get with. It's that simple. No stats implied at all. You don't need to worry about them. There is a side character that we haven't seen, and this table is for if you want to gain stats. Now they will give you two choices, and each choice will give you a lot of one stat. So that's if you want to gain stat. And this is where we're going, because I'm gonna show you a secret ending that isn't tied to any of the main love interests. And for that, I need to go to the shop. Hey, last night I read this article on how money causes pocket cancer in the long run. You don't want to get pocket cancer. Quick, give me that dangerous money you have in your still healthy pockets. So yeah, you've got all. If you want to buy this game, it goes on sale a lot. So definitely look out for that. It's not that expensive either. But I've unlocked everything. If you're starting up the game, you will not have as many items. When the item is like this, for example, you see the little flag with event. That means it triggers a line of special events. Normally it will be 3. It might be 4, but usually it's 3. And if you get them all right, there is an exception to that. But if you get them all right, you will. There's 2 exceptions actually, but if you get them all right, you will get a secret ending. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna do this corpse. Yeah, I'm selling a corpse. It's like some kind of fashion accessory. It is not as if I'm trying to dispose of it.
No refunds.
Yeah, for sure. Have a good one. Now we have a corpse. Great. Exactly what I wanted.
Let's do this.
Alright. We are going to go, and yeah, after the first day in London, after the first day is when she starts appearing in the shop. So now she's at the gym, which means that if you go to the gym, you'll get the shop, not like the gym. So be sure to look out for that icon. Let me get some fun. That day during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. You have no idea how it escalates so much, but at one point there are like 300 people. Someone summons demons from a nightmare dimension. The consequences might destroy the fabric of reality itself, but who cares? It's a rad party. Game was too fun. After you're walking along with suddenly a car skids to a halt just in front of you. It's not the most logical location for a speeding car to barrel through, and yet here we are. Veer and Damon hop out. The work isn't bad.
It's just not at the level it needs to be if you want to win this all-star drag race against a real badass hunk of metal. What's your plan to win, Damien? Just drive your car really fast?
Of fucking course it is, Vera. It's literally how street racing works.
And that may have won you the crown in the past, but it won't work against Justin Darrington. Damien, he's driving the Thunderfuck 5000.
And I'm driving Nancy, a pile of shit I lovingly cobbled together out of every car I've ever destroyed, either in a race or just literally destroyed via arson or whatever. That's crazy. And Nancy can take on anyone, anything, anytime. The Thunderfuck 5000 is an electric car. Nancy runs on the juice of literal actual dinosaur corpses. What could be more badass than that?
So pathetic.
I don't know, maybe running on pure lightning? Nancy is a piece of shit, Damien. Deep down you know that she does not have what it takes to win us this thing.
Okay, that's mean. Seems like this drag race is pretty important to the two of them, that they're not going to come to an agreement on their own. Looks like it's up to you to be the voice of reason. We are always the voice of reason, or chaos. Attitude is everything, but Nancy will never embrace her inner fierceness with all of Vera's criticism. Come on, Damien, let's give this car a makeover. Vera, you're right. Nancy is amazing, but she can't quite make the grade we need to crossbreed her with a faster car. Now, I'd go for this one, but I'm pretty sure I would fail. So I'm gonna go for the bottom one, because I think this is smarts and I think this is charm. I was right.
Right.
Perfect. We can get a brand new, qualified race car and Damon can still feel like his shitty, subpar car is useful. Nancy is a thing of beauty and grace, Vera. But as long as her genes that live on in whatever machine I drive to victory, the plan is A-okay by me. 3 of you get to work setting up what could easily be considered one of the most impressive and high-tech car crossbreeding programs in the country. You find a very shiny red electric limousine to serve as Nancy's stud and set the breeding process along, which mostly consists of making the cars a reservation in an appropriately fancy and expensive restaurant and loading up their CD players with smooth jazz. Sometime later, Nancy gives birth, don't ask how, not important, to the ultimate race car. Look what we've made, huh, guys? I mean, mostly what Nancy and El Diablo made, but we helped them get there.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah, honestly, this car is a masterpiece. I've been looking for my next business venture, and I think I may go into high-end race car breeding. People make thousands off of breeding horses to race, and horses want to fuck. How hard could that be? By that logic, I bet I could make millions breeding race cars.
Totally could. I'd be your first customer.
You already were. I'll send you an invoice later.
Well, looks like Damon has a race in the bag, Vera has a new business venture, and the world has a new species of super race car. He gives 2 boldness and +1 money from a kickback from Vera, which comes with a genuine smile from her. Score! Let's go. We got Vera in the bag, except I don't really want Vera.
Let's do this!
Not right now at all, at least. I'm going to the gym. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Even our ball is on fire. Everything seems lost, but you deliver an inspirational speech that fuels your team's spirit, leading to a spectacular comeback. You're clearly a natural-born leader. You can +2 charm. While doing all that, you've been carrying your newly acquired corpse as if it was a totally normal thing to do. But some people seem to think otherwise, so yeah. See? This is our first event. Oh no, it's the 4 most hateful people in school.
Ugh.
Why are you carrying a corpse, idiot? Psh, what a shameful display of distaste.
Yeah, what a noob. Carrying around corpses for noobs. Oh, a corpse. I love corpses. Also, I'm super drunk. Okay, the 3 most hateful people in school and Polly.
As the school's social elite, we disapprove of this. I'm the head of the hierarchy, and I can't condone such stupidity under our domain. I'm the taste of the hierarchy, and I don't appreciate such pueril... What is wrong with me? Use of a corpse. Also, lesser-known fact about corpses, they smell.
I'm the fists of the hierarchy, and I want to punch you because punching people is what I do.
Hi.
I'm Polly. Also, I'm like super drunk, so whatever Vera says, yikes. Despite your disregard for stupid social conventions and school hierarchies, you feel the urge to please them. Maybe because that's what this game is about. When you bought this corpse, Valerie totally told... Valerie, now we got her name. Totally told you it was a fashion accessory and that she was absolutely not just trying to dispose of a body. Now you're starting to feel she might have fooled you. No time to lose. How can you convince them the corpse is actually a very hot fashion accessory? Trivia fact about fashion accessories, most of them are worn on your head. Quick, put the corpse on your head. Shallow social creatures respond only to status. Rip the brand logo off the most high-end accessory you own and put it on the corpse. We are fucking poor, my guy. That will not work. Swiftly, you gather the corpse and you place it on your head. Your classmates remain silent, looking at you. The tension is great. You do your best to look serious and fashionable.
I think what Sir Foxalot is trying to tell us is that this corpse is a hot fashion accessory. Yes, yes, indeed, most fashion accessories are worn on your head. Hats, glasses, earrings, hats.
I think it's cool how she is wearing a corpse on her head and she is still, like, really cool about it. Fuck, I'm, like, big time drunk. Like, tomorrow my hangover will have a hangover. Wait, am I tripping or is Sir Foxalot wearing a corpse on her head? I mean, I did a bunch of super shrooms earlier, so I might be tripping.
You're not tripping, Polly. Well, you are tripping, but also Sir Foxalot is in fact wearing a corpse on her head. And you know what? She is doing it in such a confident way. I hereby conclude that a corpse counts as a very hot fashion accessory. It would also be a pretty convenient way of disposing of the many corpses my ventures might or might not produce. I agree. Confidence is what really counts when deciding if something makes for a good accessory, even if that something is completely not hygienic or nor healthy.
Still drunk. And so all of them signed a decree that establishes a corpse as an acceptable fashion accessory as high school social bureaucracy requires. Today is a bright day to have a corpse in your possession. Yup. That is right. No, that is morally right. That is a thing you should do. Put corpses on your heads. Alright. Since we are not going for anyone, you know what? We haven't talked to Miranda yet, so I'm gonna show you Miranda. You notice Liam looking disgruntled, which is the default, so whatever. But it seems like Miranda is pretty upset too. Better check it out. Here's my amazing Miranda voice.
Liam, why are you typing on your phone so angrily? Did your phone offend you in some way? Why are you mad at it? You seem to be an 8.5 on the Frowny Liam scale.
The what?
The Frowny Liam scale. Normally, I can tell how people are feeling from their faces, but you seem to be frowning most of the time, so I created a chart to measure your frowniness.
Miranda pulls out a notepad and displays a series of doodles of Liam's frowniness. They're not super accurate, but they are super adorable.
I'm not angry at my phone. My so-called frowniness is caused by a heinous error. I specifically asked that my creature creme brulee be extra crispy so it truly popped with my #massacre momengram filter. Instead, they burnt it to a crisp, rendering it unphotographable. Monsters deserve to know what they're getting into if they choose to eat at this cafeteria, so they can choose to take their business to a different establishment, and so I'm writing a scathing Welp review.
Liam, you can't do that. If they shut the cafeteria down, the school kitchen staff will lose their jobs. Did you know that peasants have to do labor to make living wages? They don't simply have an unlimited store of gold. I was shocked when I first found out.
Of course you were. If the kitchen staff wanted to earn their wages, they should have been better at their jobs. I'm simply the merchant of truth.
No, you're the merchant of poop!
Your royal sophistication shines through. Look, ask Sir Foxalot. Her taste may tend toward the mainstream, but surely she can see this subpar cafeteria must be exposed.
Don't be ridiculous. Sir Foxalot is surely more compassionate than that, would gladly help me save the cafeteria. Again?
Again? Gosh, it's hard to keep track of your misadventures at this shit show of a school. Still, you'll help if you can. Miranda can't undermine Liam's admittedly talented criticism alone. This will take an army of homeless people we pay to write positive Welp reviews at the cafeteria until we eclipse Liam's. Liam, one lone voice simply cannot shut down this cafeteria. At least not the voice of a high schooler. Let's get a renowned food critic to write a Pulitzer-worthy expose to be published in the most widely read periodicals. Well, since we haven't seen Miranda much, let's go for Miranda's choice.
Why, of course! This plan involves two of my most favorite strategies, gathering an army and outsourcing work to the disenfranchised. If it involved torture and suppression of dissidents, it would hit all my favorites, but there might still be time for that later.
I don't even have a response to this. You go to the vast homeless population who wandered the woods near the school, don't ask, and convince them the cafeteria is a trendy new restaurant that sells food for the most valuable currency of all. Positive Yelp reviews! Turns out people are pretty gullible when they're starving, so they flock to the cafeteria in droves and start writing spectacular reviews on their phones, because now homeless people have phones on their own. It seems they kept all the unwanted blackberries. Remember blackberries? Yeah, me neither. Miranda Vanderbilt, says Principal Giant Spider, bursting into the cafeteria with 8-legged panache.
Stop bringing groves of homeless people into our cafeteria!
But Principal Giant Spider, it was absolutely vital to the vitality of the school.
You said that the last 5 times. You can't solve all your problems by manipulating homeless people.
Notorious PGS storms out, but Miranda looks perfectly chipper.
Oh, he may pretend to be upset, but I think the subtext was pretty clear. Thank you, Miranda and Sir Fox-a-Lot, for saving the entire school like the beautiful heroes you are.
That's 100% a lie, but Miranda called you beautiful. Aw, it's a win!
Let's go, I'm beautiful.
Does that give me charm? I wish it did.
Let's do this.
That is a water bottle, not a vape. Some people have heard me drink my water bottle and asked me, "Are you vaping?" No, I'm not vaping. I'm drinking water. Let's go get our creativity up. That day, while rehearsing for the class play, you aren't especially good nor inspired. For once, it seems you aren't getting the classic creativity boost from the auditorium. But afterwards, while talking to your classmates, you're having trouble conveying your point in the discussion. So you decide to convey it through music. You start singing, and suddenly everyone else joins you in a kick-ass musical number. It's so amazing that the people with whom you are arguing totally get your point and change their minds once the song is over. Game plus 2 creativity. After your previous adventures, now corpses are an acceptable and quite hot fashion accessory. You've become a well-known trendsetter advocating for your beloved corpses. Life is now all fancy and busy. Luckily, you have your sexy secretary to help you with all your new tasks. Mrs. Sir Foxlot, we have a problem! If you had assumed your sexy secretary had to be female, then shame on you. It's been leaked that Vogue's next issue will include an article titled 10 Reasons Why Wearing a Corpse as a Fashion Accessory is Not Chic and Probably Also a Crime. Probably. I've done some research and found the journalist. It's a bro called Fyodor Fedora. What should we do, boss? As Vogue rules dictate, the only way to subdue a Vogue journalist is by out-journalizing them in a journalism duel to the death! Sometimes people need a little push in the right direction. Kill his family and send him their severed head as a warning. Yeah, let's do that. Way to go, boss! Nothing like a friendly reminder to show people you care. Scott, you are a little too pure for your own good. Let me schedule the murder in your agenda. You keep Scott out of the murder because he's too pure. Yeah, that's what I was saying. For that. You take care of it yourself because you're a responsible young adult that can take care of her own murders. Soon after murdering Fedora's parents. Boss, it worked! The Fedora bro changed his article. Read! The other day, I woke up to an unexpected surprise from Sir Fox-a-Lot, the well-known trendsetter and corpse advocate. I was sure the whole corpse thing was getting old, yet Sir Fox-a-Lot sent me a whole new vision. This version of corpses was home delivered, came in a smaller, more portable size, and were even customized for me. I have to say, maybe there's more to corpses than I first thought. I'm wearing these as edgy earrings. Hooray! Corpses are saved! Is this guy really wearing his parents' severed heads as earrings? Today is a great day. No consequences for murdering 2 innocent people, even though it was documented in a magazine, and you also gain +2 fun and +1 boldness. That is one of the most fucked up thing I've ever heard. Imagine you are coping so hard that you wear your own parents' heads as earrings. That day you skip class and just hang out in the bathrooms because you respect no authority. I guess some people just want to watch the world burn. By skipping class and hanging out in the bathrooms, you get +0 shits, but you gain +2 boldness. But what is this? Bussy. LMFAO. Okay. You see Miranda, Polly, Vera, and Damien all crowding around the bathroom mirror. Can a monster take a shit in peace at this school? Your brows are just short of being on fleek. They're 1 millimeter off fleek. Maybe your snakes got in the way.
Pathetic.
This coming from someone whose face is see-through. How can we tell if that's your highlight or the headlights of an oncoming train?
Ugh.
Oh, please. You wouldn't know a good contour if it punched you in the throat. And a really good contour can actually do that. I like to start with a palette of complementary colors for my skin tone. Blood red, baby flesh pink, bloodshot crimson, and then do a basic blend of with a soft boiled chimera egg. What? It's called technique, fuckers! Doing amazing makeup is like punching someone's face with beauty.
I just do not see the use in putting so much time and energy into painting one's face. Is that not what we all have makeup slaves for?
Miri, no. At least we know we're both more competent than Miranda. And worse than me.
Not that that's saying much of anything. There needs to be a way of settling who's the best at makeup.
Both Vera and Polly look expectantly at you. Also, it's true, Damon is the absolute best, and I might show you why sometime. Visit the dungeons of El-Nakam, Sumerian god of makeup, wherein lies the legendary orb of El-Nakam. There's no way I can pronounce that, which coincidentally can tell who's the best at makeup. Make up this potato to see who can produce the prettiest potato. Let's do this. What? Fuck yeah, dungeon time!
Yeah, sure. This sounds super stupid and irresponsible. Just my jam.
Not mine.
What are you, a chicken? Plop, plop, plop.
Chickens don't make that sound, but okay. Let's go to those stupid dungeons so that stupid whore can tell you I'm better than you at makeup. Yeah, I love dungeons. I'm coming too.
I don't do dungeons. Dungeons are for commoners and people with a weird letter-based sense of fashion. Bye!
Damien, Vera, Polly, and you enter the dungeons and live all kinds of magic adventures until you finally manage to get the Orb of Calm.
Hey, you, Mr. Orb. Tell us which of us is the best at makeup.
The orb illuminates itself with an eerie, dim purple light. A voice comes from the depths of your own hearts. Who's the best of you at makeup? It's Damien. Bye. I told you. The orb levitates over your heads and implodes on itself.
No! Damien! You ruined it!
Yeah. Bye, losers. Well, I guess we'll never know who's the best of us in makeup.
Yeah, but who cares? Dungeon crawling has been a great bonding experience. Now I appreciate you more. And you too, Sir Fox-a-Lot.
Agree. I appreciate you two more too. Not Damien. He can be a jerk sometimes. A makeup genius jerk. You dungeon crawl your way out of the dungeon, making your experience extra bonding. Great. You plus 2 fun, plus 1 bold. I'd never picked that event before. And I picked a lot of events.
Let's do this.
Alright. Well, let's go see this awesome side character. You're just trying to enjoy a meal in peace when space untwists itself to reveal the interdimensional prince.
Greetings, my love.
Most glorious hero, thank the squid star I found you. I have been confounded by the most fiendish riddle. A riddle that has vexed me for days, nay, weeks. The riddle of how to change the ringtone on my new smartphone. This interface is more torturous than my palace labyrinth.
For real? You grab the prince's phone. Change his ringtone to Butts, 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 all about those butts by the Booty Bros.
My hero, what seems difficult to me is trivial to you, and you even guessed which ringtone I desired. A true all-time classic from the 6th dimension. There's only one way I can repay you, by bestowing upon you a superpower of your choice. I can do that. I'm the prince of another dimension. I can do all kinds of crazy things you don't know about.
All kinds of crazy things besides use his phone, apparently. It really only gives you 2 superpowers options. Telepathy, and ass that won't quit. Oh, yes.
Ah, yes, the choice of a true gentle monster.
With a wave of his magic wand, the prince imbues your ass with boundless work ethic. By day, your ass amazes your classmates and creepy teachers. By night, it does your homework for you. All that work makes your bun super tight. He gave us 4 charm. Oh, let's go. Alright, last day. Let us go see this classroom. She looks so bored. That day, listen to your elders and learn valuable lessons. Sometimes, after all the monster nonsense and the dating gimmicks, you forget that attending class is supposed to be the primary activity of this high school. You plus 2 smarts. Life is good. You're a successful trendsetter that has moved monster kind forward to a more corpse-friendly society. Or it would be good if you weren't about to crash into the 3 biggest enemies of progress and inclusiveness.
Are you carrying a corpse? What a lame loser. Corpses are dumb. We're taking your corpse so we can make fun of it.
The bigots!
Hey, a corpse! Give it to me, I want its loot! Also, you're a monster, right? Prepare to die!
The haters!
Greetings, my love.
It's me, the interdimensional prince. I'm here in your dimension to marry some cute high schoolers. Oh, What's that you're carrying with you? Is it some kind of dry, skinny, funky, smelly high schooler? Can I marry it?
And, the interdimensional prince? Let's settle with the creeps. Or whatever. This dude isn't good news for sure. This can't be good. You're surrounded by jerks. It's time to fight for your corpse for a more inclusive and corpse-friendly society. But how? No! You're woke enough to acknowledge your corpse doesn't need a Nidus in shining armor to protect it. It can protect itself. Love is always the answer. Wink. Yeah.
It's true. We're bigots, not because we avoid critical thinking and never listen to other people's opinions, because we don't have love in our lives.
Yes, it's the same for me. I prey on monsters, not because I have a very narrow-minded and unhealthy way to cope with the disappearance of my brother or my dark and scarred backstory. It's because I don't have love in my life either.
And I actually never said anything against this corpse. I'm quite excited about the possibility of marrying it. I'm all in for love, especially my love for fooling people into marriage without proper consent, which is the purest kind of love.
Now that you think about it, understanding and managing these people's deep issues might be more complex than just recurring to love. But who cares? You just wanted to save your corpse, so love will suffice for now. Problem is, who exactly will want to date these people? Luckily, you always carry some extra corpses with you. Who will never be offended by constant bigotry and sexism? A corpse. Who won't mind dating someone with intense anger issues and a thirst for blood? A corpse. Who would be okay with being fooled into marriage even without proper consent? A corpse. And so you give corpses to all of them. You can feel the weight of how wrong all this is, but meh. At least they'll leave you alone until they grow tired of their corpses, which probably won't be ideal love partners. You're again alone with the corpse. You ask yourself, is it really that bad dating a corpse? Spoiler alert, it is. But you're starting to form a really nice bond with your corpse. You feel you have a very special connection. Is this what some might call love? Or is it just you hallucinating due to continuous inhalation of the many unhealthy fumes a corpse is releasing as it slowly decomposes? Hard to tell. Only sure thing is that you gain +2 fun, +1 charm. No, I love this corpse. It's love for sure. So usually we'd go for one of these 6 lovelies, but we're going none of them.
Let's do this.
You ask nobody to prom, because none of them are as cool as a corpse. You ask your corpse to prom, and for sure it doesn't say no. So a date it is, and we get this cute art. Well, not cute, but you know, it's cool. He's hanging with. Okay. You bring your corpse to prom. What a whimsical evening, and nobody judges you. Mostly because everybody's doing their own fucked up stuff. So you get to date a corpse. Still, that doesn't make it less wrong. For today, you romance a corpse. Maybe tomorrow you romance a sentient being who can really love you back. Baby steps. As you can see, I have explored a lot. I'm the best at being alone. Great. I love being the best at being alone. Those 3 weeks were maybe the most epic and absurd weeks of our lives. After the monster prom, we kept on living our lives, falling in love, battling for friendship, and learning about who we were and who we could be. And you know what? Like it always does, life happened, and it was wonderful. Damien became a renowned drag racer until he died in the most badass way during a race. At the funeral, you spotted him hidden among the crowd. He winked at you. Scott became a world-renowned athlete, but he ended his career to come back to his hometown and take on the job of the athlete he admired the most. Now he's back at his high school again, working as the coach. Aww. Polly graduated from doing lots of ayahuasca, and now she appears to hallucinating people and acts as their spirit animal. For those 3 weeks, the Monster Prom seemed larger than life, and then it was gone, just like that. The battle for Monster Prom might have ended then, but there were plenty of battles left in that war called youth. Well, once again, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. And now we get the cool outro. And the cool, good song. And these good Polaroid images. So yeah, that's Monster Prom. That was the corpse secret ending. I hope you enjoyed it. I will let this play. And yeah, I love this game. And if you enjoyed it, feel free to tell me. I might make more.
And that's Monster Prom. Thanks for playing. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.